All right, guys, audience, here's is a solution. Sometimes going to taking prescriptions is not the best options in life. A good healthcare lifestyle goes on preventive maintenance. So we discussed that exercise and diet can help improve your life greatly. All right, exercise, sunlight, and diets can greatly improve your health care. Also,
Right.
what Brandon did not touch on is stress. You need to lower your stress level. A lot
Right.
of stress comes from your environment. Usually, your environment comes from the lack of resources.
Hmm.
Usually, the lack of resources come from the lack of money. That's why here at Man of the Metaverse, we want to tell you to get that money so you can move away from those stress. You
Right.
don't have to live with those roaches. You don't have to live dodging bullets. You don't have to live with an abusive spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever kick his or her ass out if they're not bringing you peace and helping you move forward. Also, medicine comes from the earth. Usually it comes from two places, the earth or in a lab.
Hmm.
And with that being said, you could go to the earth and to find stuff to lower your blood pressure. You could
Right.
go to the earth and find stuff to heal your knees. LeBron James, we're all the GOAT, is a good the GOAT in durability is a good example. He spent over $1 million eating certain types of food to cushion his joints. He don't have to take all this medicine and stuff. That salmon, a lot of omega 3s.
Mm.
He drinks that wine. Uh,
Which is good for you too, right?
uh, I don't know how much he drinks, but he drinks a little bit. If he drinks a little bit, omega 3s and antioxidants, and also that
Mm.
can lower your stress a little bit because you get a
That's
little
true.
tipsy. You be
Get
like,
a little
shit,
buzz,
it is
right?
what it is. But you can't drink too much, so it interfere with your liver and kidneys. But you don't have to always go to medicine to prevent your healthcare system, and that's what the doctors ain't telling you because they get
Right.
paid by pushing these drugs. You think
Right.
you think Pusha P is the number one drug dealer? Nah, it's the pharmacists and the doctors are
Right.
the number one drug dealer.
And that's not an opinion. That's a fact. Like drug reps will go to doctors and tell them, we'll give you a certain amount of money, or we'll give you this drug or that drug for free or for a discount if you push it when people come in. If they have a illness, oh, well, you should try this because, X, Y, and Z. They're not necessarily looking out for you. They're looking out for themselves because they're in a business. So don't always think your doctor is your best friend or got your best interest in heart. Go ahead.
Yes, your doctor can have money as the number one thing, then you come sacred. And to give an example of what Brandon said, Oxycontin, opiums. You had Johnson and Johnson going to these doctors pushing that to give this to their patients. So since the doctors was pushing this, and this was a pain reliever,
Mm-hmm.
it started affecting a lot of white people. Why it didn't affect black people, Brandon, until now? Why?
Were black people taking those? I mean, I know they were being. They were. What you go ahead? Go ahead.
Do you remember at the beginning of this conversation? Black folks, people think black folks don't feel no pain.
Okay.
So why do they need Oxycontin? They don't feel it anyway. You
Right.
see how this whole thing works?
That's a good point.
So that's why they didn't give her. This nigga don't need no. This nigga don't feel no pain. You don't need none of this Oxycontin.
Right, you'll be all right. Right.
And that's the reason the racist system protected black people in this case.
Right.
The stereotype
right.
in this case.
I think it's important for people to go to the doctor. If you're going to go to the doctor, you need to make sure you have the knowledge and what you're going to ask the doctor, what solutions you're looking for, and kind of have a plan for what you're looking for when you go to the doctor. I think sometimes we just kind of go in there and tell them something's wrong and just what should I do or what should I take? you have to kind of barter or kind of negotiate with the doctor, or kind of feel the doctor out to see where the doctor's head is at. Because sometimes, you'll just go to a doctor's care or just anything doing a walk-in, and it's not like they trying to look out for you. You need to make sure that you're vetting who you're going to for medical advice or prescriptions, because they get you hooked on a drug.
You're right. Also, Brandon, do you take a yearly physical? Don't couch it for your license.
No,
do you
I
take
not.
a yearly physical?
I don't.
All right. Yearly physicals are very, very important, because when you go there on yearly, they could test your levels and see over time if something spikes up. They can let you know, hey, you may need to do this. Right. You may need to get off this alcohol and high carb diet because your liver is showing signs of being a fatty liver. Right. And a flattened liver can come from drugs, alcohol, or a high carb content.
Right.
See, if you never went to the doctor, they would never know. You would never know.
So if you do go to the doctor, go ahead. Well, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Also, especially if you sexually active, got a lot of partners, you need to go there to get your STD checked too. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, which affects the Black community. What state you live in, Brandon?
South Carolina.
South Carolina got the highest HIV rate in the nation.
Right.
Then Georgia. So you need to get yourself checked up, because HIV now is livable. You can live with it and be fine. If you do it I won't make this statement, but you can have sex with people. If you own your stuff, you may not spread this HIV around, because they got drugs to suppress it. But watch this, Brandon. They can suppress drugs so good, but they can't get rid of it because of money scheme.
Right. Exactly. There's more money, bandaging it than curing it totally.
They can break HIV down like that. Yeah.
Right. Almost gone, but right. It's still there. So don't go get tested just because you think, you may have some, or you see an outbreak. Just regularly, if you switch them up partners, go get tested.
No, don't. Nah, Brandon, that's wrong.
But what I'm saying is, get tested regularly. But if you're switching partners and doing things unprotected, you still need to go get tested. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can set up whatever kind of schedule you want to do, but you need to make sure that's a priority. Not just looking for an outbreak, then you want to go get tested.
Yeah, wait till your pee burn, then you go get
yeah,
or syphilis. Syphilis could set up in you for years and years, and then decide to come out. But guys, get tested, because be like me. Be STD free for your whole entire life,
and also get your blood work done, your CBC, your CMB, which is I think it's a complete metabolic panel, your liver panel. We're not at the age of PSA. You get your prostate checked, but some people listening,
I do that.
Age.
How you know about that, Brandon?
I worked in a laboratory, so I've seen some of the tests, and I know what you need to be getting done. So
I started getting my PSA because I don't like that finger up the butt.
Right. I actually get my PSA, but I haven't done the finger up the butt. But I don't know what I guess that's physically checking your prostate. But if your PSA is higher or too low, then that you graduate to the next step where you have
no. What? The PSA sets, when you start it sets a baseline.
Okay.
And if the doctor see a spike or a drop,
okay.
It's for concerns. So when you first get it, they don't know this may be normal. So you got
is that how it works?
Yeah, you got to see how it looks over years. And then if you see this, then something may be wrong. And also the PSA is not as good as the fake up the boot.
Right.
So, but it's better than nothing.
Right.
It's better than nothing. I had my finger up somebody put their finger up my butt about 5 years ago, and I didn't feel right for like 2 days, man.
Right. That's got to be. Like I say, when I did the colonic thing, like that's just, you can't just shake that and go back to everything's okay.
But you put the thing inside you, right?
I did.
That's different. Imagine a person behind you, you can't see him.
You're right. Yeah, that is a different level, but still, but that feeling is not necessarily, it don't outweigh your health. So you sometimes you just got to take one for the team to put yourself first and make sure you're okay. And put that out there.
Brad, I know it say put yourself first, but definitely with you have a family, you have a wife and a child.
Right.
And both of those people are your responsibility. So you need to at least, this is how I view it. You got to at least go the extra mile for them.
Right. And that I do.
And you got life insurance.
Yeah.
You don't want this to happen. You don't want something happen to you. And then your wife take all that money, had to marry somebody else. And then all your money. And they be up there, do you want that to happen?
No, you definitely don't want that to happen.
That's what's happened. That's going to happen.
That's why you can't put your health on the back burner.
Well, somebody spending your money, another man spending your money.
Right, with your daughter.
So
it's something to think about.